Hey guys, I'm Evelyn and today I'll be showing you how I edit my pictures, especially this one, which seemed to be very popular. My style is very pastel-y, dreamy and full of vibrant colors, so if you like that, then keep watching and comment down below what sort of videos you would like to see in the future, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay, so I use Adobe Photoshop to do this. So first, I have my raw picture here opened up and I will change the temperature of it. So I've made it warmer, a little bit warmer. And then I will bring down the highlights and I'll increase the saturation. And because I want the corner, the left corner, to be much cooler, I'm going to use the gradient tool and drag it down like this and bring the temperature down, which will make the corner a lot more blue, as you can see. And yeah, adjust accordingly. From the green line, it'll be where it's most intense and then gradually fade out. And then I will go back in and lift the shadows and adjust to what I think will look best. And going back in with the gradient tool again, because the right corner is too bright, I think. And bringing the exposure down so that more of the color comes out. So I'm dragging the slider down to what I think will be a decent amount, and then bringing the temperature down as well, so we get the same sort of blues as the top left hand corner. I'm also bringing the highlights down so that it's less washed out. And then I will go ahead and adjust the colors. So I'll start off with adjusting the hues, starting with the orange. So I'll bring it down so that it has more of a red tint to it. I will adjust the saturation, so bring up the orange colors, as I like my pictures to be very vibrant, so this is what I'm going to do. And now I'll adjust the blues, as this is the other dominant color of the image, and I will bring it down just a little bit so that it's more on the aqua side rather than purple. Now I will bring up the saturation of the blues and make it so that it merges well with the orange, as this is the focus. And we'll open the image. Now we'll crop the image to the 4:5 and just place it where the flower is in the center. If you like this video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. So now that the image is cropped, we're going to go into filter and then camera raw filter and adjust the colors one more time. I will lift the shadows because my hand is too dark, and then bump up the contrast a little bit and bring down the highlights so that the colors pop a little bit more. To give this image a bit more of that dreamy look, I decided to go back in and put the tint slider to the right a little bit so that the purple tones are added to the overall image. And then we just click OK and it's done. Here's another example which I shot during sunset, and we're just going to lift up the shadows so that it's less stark where the grass is, and just bump up the overall saturation. And then I will bring up the oranges, as this is also the main color of this image along with the blues, but I want to keep the greens down so that the colors don't clash as much. Along with the yellows, we'll bring that up too. And then go on to luminance and bring down the blues. And the saturation a little bit also, because we're going for a more pale look this time. And then we'll go ahead and open the image and crop it. And we'll position the image so that the moon is in the middle. I decided I didn't want that much grass, so I pulled it a bit up again with a bit more sky. Now that the cropping is done, we'll go back to camera raw filter so that we can adjust the colors again. I'm going to bring up the contrast and bring down the highlights so that there's less white in the image. Using the gradient tool, I'm going to bring down the exposure just a little bit so that it gradually fades into the oranges. As you can see, the top is a bit darker than the rest of the image. And then I'll use this tool again to darken just the bottom, as I don't really want to see the grass. Now the image is pretty much done here. You can stop here and it'll be fine, but I like to add some stars to give it that dreamy look. So I'm just going to get the brush tool. I have a custom stars brush which will create some realistic looking stars, and I could make a video on how I made this brush if you would like. Just comment down below. So I'm just going to set it to the color white and then just paint over some of the areas in the sky. I don't want too many, so just a few. As you can see, it's creating stars of different sizes, which is what we want, and it's placing it at random places so that it doesn't look uniform. And then I'll go ahead and use the eraser to erase the stars that may have gotten onto the grass or maybe the moon, because we don't want that. And then I'm zooming in just so I can see exactly where they are placed, because I want this picture to be quite subtle, so I'm getting rid of a few of them so that it's not distracting it from the main subject, which is the moon. Now I'll go on the blending options of my layer, and I will put on the outer glow, and I'm going to select the color to a light blue. Once you're done, just click OK, and yeah, that's it. I'll also go into filter and go to blur and then motion blur, and this just helps add a bit of movement to the stars so that it doesn't look as static. And now that the stars are in, just to add to the dreamy look, I'm going to merge this down to the background layer first so that it becomes one layer, and then I'll go to filter, camera raw filter, and do the same thing where I bring up the tint to the purple side so you can see that the image is becoming a bit more purple overall, and if I put it to the left it's become a lot more green. So I'm just going to put it to around 15. I think 15 is good, so you can see some of the reds here. And go ahead and click OK. And it's done. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll make more of them in the future. And if you like my posts, then feel free to follow me on Instagram @EvelynChengX. Thanks for watching.